a lot of you have been talking about. A lot of our viewers, in fact, have been writing to us ever since the entire story of the Kundra porn racket broke. They want to know how deeper is this racket, how many more people were involved, and where really did the money actually go, and where was the money parked. Our answer to whomever all those questions is something that Republic has been trying to get for you. Just about yesterday, Republic Bangla got you the entire big expose of victims naming two particular accused in the entire case. And the Kolkata police later moves very swiftly. They go on to arrest the two accused in the entire case now. And the story continues to get bigger, because the links now, Vishaka, as you join us for more updates on the story, now possibly is linked to about 5 states. There is also an international connection to the entire, racket that has been unraveled here on Republic, Vishaka. But for viewers tuning into the broadcast, I want to understand the backstory of how actually our team got in touch with these accused people. What did they say? What are their allegations? And is this just limited to these 2 arrests, or there could be more?
Yes, Dipti, the thing is, if we go back into this case, we can, first of all, we can say that this is the mega impact of Republic Bangla investigation, that these 2 accused people are arrested by Bidhannagar City Police. And now if we go, as you said, that we are going through the past investigation thing, that how it happened, how these 2 girls were victimized. They had said that they were called to a Baliganj studio, which is actually maybe the heart of the city, Baliganj, and in a studio like this, they were asked to shoot a sari ad video, and they said they agreed to that proposal, as Nandita, Dotto, and the other who were actually portrayed themselves as the model coordinators. They said that they will have to shoot for a sari video that is going to be an ad, and that will not be circulated in India. That will be circulated somewhere somewhere abroad, somewhere outside India. And after that, they said, okay, they will be doing this. But when they were actually getting shot with this video, it was something of the porn content that they had some, they didn't want to shoot with this. I mean, they shoot for that. Then they said, why they are being shoot with this? Then they said that they were not called for this shooting actually. They, at the same time, they had an allegation against these coordinators that they were paid very meager amount of $3,500, and they asked why they were being shot with these porn contents, and they said that it is not their motto, that they will not be doing this. And then they were actually given some assurance that it will not be circulated in India, that will be circulated somewhere abroad. So they said, okay, then they had a hunch that this is not going to be a bold photo shoot for sari ad. They got to know they had to do some shooting. This is actually porn content. They have some porn contents in this shooting, and okay, they actually they defied to shoot these things. And as we get deeper into this, we get to know that small town ladies or girls or women, they are being taken to these hotels or studios, and they are given a dream that they will be having a brighter future in their modeling or acting career. Dipti.
Okay, so Vishaka, basically what happens here is we are exposing the modus operandi. The more other key players in the entire racket. Why don't you stay with me? Let's also get in our colleague Shavan, who, remember, heads the SIT and is very closely tracking the entire story for us. Shavan, I want to understand one simple thing. Now, the story initially, when it broke in the month of Feb. It was a raid, at a farmhouse in Mud Island. And look how the story has exploded. Look how many big names, Shavan, it has actually gotten into. Is this just the end? Are we expecting bigger names, bigger revelations in the entire case? And what about the money? Because, there was a very strong buzz that a lot of money possibly could be parked in accounts that were linked to people close to Kundra. Now, how close could this get? We were hearing the brother-in-law of Kundra possibly could also be someone who could be questioned. Shavan.
Well, in fact, one very interesting point, Deepti, that you've also raised, that this entire incident, or perhaps the investigation, began in the month of February, What we have picked up from our own investigation, our own independent investigation, is that perhaps even the authorities were aware of it much before the month of February, even before the FIR was actually registered. So that is another story to begin with. The fact that whether at all authorities had basically, they were dragging their feet on this entire investigation is another matter altogether. But just to answer your question also with regards to what has happened so far, you have Raj Kundra, who's currently behind bars. He's in judicial custody. In fact, his bail application had come up for hearing in Mumbai. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of questions have essentially been raised about Raj Kundra's role itself. You've heard Raj Kundra's wife, actor Shilpa Shetty, also trying to differentiate between erotica and pornography. But at the same time, we have also raised questions by putting out certain evidence. We have put out evidence like 16-page emails that we have accessed, in which there is a clear link that has emerged. The link between arrested accused Umesh Kamath and, for that matter, Raj Kundra and several other people who have been marked in those emails. And what are those emails all about? Those emails are about invoices or the purchases that were basically made, and the very fact that Raj Kundra was aware that this was, after all, a business that he was basically running. And it was only possible because of the funding that was being raised by him and as well as his associates, relatives who are based out of India.
All right, Shravan, I'm sure there is so much more on that story, and we'll continue to dig very, very deep. For the moment, I thank you also, Vishaka, for tracking that story from Republic.